know if it isn't the consequences of my own actions? What do you mean me voting against the rights of women and minority and the environment means that my fiance wouldn't want to get married to me? That's insane. Who could have guessed it? I have a feeling that the story is going to make a couple of hard left turns. I have not read. There's something in my hair. It's gone. I feel like the story is going to make a couple of hard left turns. So let's just dive straight on into this and see what happens. Am I the a-hole? I am calling off my engagement after my partner revealed he is MAGA. Oh, my fiance and I have been together since 2013. My God. And we met in college. That is a long time. He struggled to get a well-paying job, and during his long bouts of unemployment must have been radicalized to blame everyone else. Does he work now? I chalked it up to depression and tried to get him help with therapy. I paid for him to return to school to become a nurse too, but he still has not completed the prereqs after 7 years. This is embarrassing. Now, ma'am. No, ma'am. Really? He never sounded like a catch to begin with. I don't understand. This has been like what? 13? No, this has been like almost 12 years. This has been almost 12 years of this madness. And now you're leaving it. Let's continue. This is okay. He's currently working gig jobs while I'm a nurse in California, making close to $400,000 a year, working a full-time job and a part-time job. So he has a sugar mama. Yeah, like that's what's happening here. You're the sugar mama. Congratulations, you got yourself a dumb, unemployed, can't imagine he's good in bed, sugar baby. You're paying for your worst life. Congratulations. Moving on. I was hoping to save up enough to not have to work after having a baby since I cannot rely on him. Okay. And now you're pregnant with him? You're pregnant by him? Why did you have a baby? I understand that you might want to have a baby in general. Like some people want that, but like this was terrible to begin with. My whole thing is I need to be able to see the draw. Because I can't imagine that this man is 1, attractive, 2, smart, 3, driven, 4, goal-oriented. I don't see the draw of why you would want to be with him in the first place. Nevertheless, recreate genetically. You better hope that baby, but also you don't seem like the brightest bulb in the box. So, Shayna, people are on their own journeys and they're allowed to be on their own journeys. Okay, just let me recalibrate. I'm back. He knows I'm very liberal and all about women's rights. I have a feeling you're not. All right. He never openly expressed support for MAGA itself until after Trump won and said Trump will help the economy and finally allow him to get a good job. I told him that is the easiest, and I told him that it was the easiest time to get a job in the past 20 years in 2021, yet he couldn't. I'm not giving into sunken costs and staying. And he didn't know, but he did make offhand comments before on women losing their worth the older that they get, and I questioned him and he said it was a joke. Now, ma'am, you cannot tell me that this is the first time that man has said something like that to you. In over a decade of being together, you mean to tell me that this is the first time that he said something that politically ruffled your feathers in the wrong way? I don't think so. This might have been the first time that you noticed. But anyway, let's continue on. Let's see what happens. The past week has been miserable, listening to him talk nonstop about how great Trump is and how he will turn everything great again. Up in the top. I had it and gave him notice to leave by the end of the month, and we are through. He said it's unfair and told me it's stupid to give up on us over politics. The very fact that he said that solidified the notion that he is clueless and our lives are too different. Better late than never. He will likely have to move back into his parents' home or be homeless since he makes less than $35K a year in the most expensive region of the USA. Am I the a-hole for throwing away my relationship of 11 years over politics? I wish politics was boring again. Whoop, and there it is, guys. I can tell that this is a white lady just from that last line. I wish politics was boring again. As a marginalized person, politics unfortunately has never been boring to me or people like me. Why? Because our lives and our rights have been on the line every single election. The only reason why you're clocking this now is because white women are finally being affected, because I never thought that the leopards would eat my face. Oh, but at least and you know what? Because you thought that politics were boring, because you thought that they did not affect you before right now, even though they technically always have, because what happens to one of us, what happens to the most marginalized of us, eventually happens to all of us. But a lot of white women thought they were different. They thought they were special. So this man has always had these beliefs, but you just didn't care to notice it because he had these beliefs about other people. Not about you, not about women like you. And that's how we get to here. That's how you end up in 11 years later being like, oh, who are you? He's been like this the whole time. He's just been like this more loudly to marginalized people that didn't share the same skin tone as you guys. But there's an edit. Let's see what else happens. Last night he threatened sluices. Sorry, that's not funny. That's not funny. Men do this all of the time, and unfortunately a lot of women believe them. Oh my God, sorry, that was a bad reaction. I recognize that like these kinds of things are more serious, but when men do this, it is so deeply unserious. That is why I had that reaction. I'm sorry. We're moving on. Last night, he threatened suicide when the gravity of the situation hit him. His mother is babysitting him at her house to avoid a 5150. I don't know what that means. While I work, his father is packing up his belongings and will move him out of the house. And by the end of the week, it is over. I'm letting him be MAGA. Yes, let him be MAGA. I cannot support someone who supports a rapist, pedophile, felon, etc., and who wants to take away my rights. Emphasis on my rights, not the rights of. Anyway, we're moving on. It's fine, Shayna. She's leaving this man for whatever reason. Okay. He knows I am a sexual assault victim. Majority of our friends are cutting ties with him after they learned the reason of the breakup. Luckily, his parents are extremely left even by my standards, so may get a better balance on news instead of the conservative forums he frequents. Oh, like because his parents are left-leaning, that he'll probably get like not just Fox News. Okay, I get that. People grow apart and we grew apart. One can break up for any reason or no reason at all. I simply answered if I was the a-hole to do it, not if it was right or wrong. Men are justified for breaking up with women if she gets fat. But if the woman breaks up over moral differences, it is wrong. And I guess some people were like, oh, I don't know, like you didn't make that much money. And then she proved that she made that much money. Now here's the kicker, the unspoken thing in all of this. And it doesn't really even have anything to do with her. It has to do with her friend group. Because now their friends know why they separated. And I'm sure because they were in a long-term relationship, a lot of their friends were also in long-term relationships. And if he's friends with the guys, then he probably has some similar ideologies as a lot of the guys in there. But now those guys know, oh, I shouldn't vocalize those ideologies or else what happened to him might happen to me. So for a lot of those women who are potentially also dating MAGA men that are just a little bit smarter than this lady's ex-booga. And that could be a lot of people in the US right now. Ooh, love to hear your thoughts on this. Please tippity type them away in the comments section. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye.